Hi Year 9, it's Miss Rasmussen here with your biology lesson. This is the first one and it's about cells. The facts that you will need to learn also in your fact book are these ones. So we need to look at eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell. We're going to have a look at parts of an animal cell and what they do, parts of a plant cell and what they do. So just have a start on cell structure. All living things are made of cells, and we say that cells are the basic unit of life. We put them into two groups, eukaryotic and prokaryotic. So karyotic or karyo means nucleus. Pro means before, so your prokaryotic cells don't have a nucleus, they are before the nucleus. Eu means true, so a eukaryotic cell has got a nucleus. So we've got these two groups, eukaryotic and prokaryotic. Now, prokaryotic cells are bacteria. They're very, very simple. They don't have a nucleus. Instead, they've just got their DNA in a circular, and it's all bunched up. They sometimes have these things called plasmids, which are just loops of a little bit extra, but they're quite simple. Ones we're focusing on today is the eukaryotes, and these are plant and animal cells. Big difference is that they have got a nucleus, so their DNA is inside its own little membrane, which we call a nucleus. So animal cells, you need to know the 5 organelles that are found in an animal cell, and you need to know what they do. So the 5 structures that we need to know are the cell membrane, and the cell membrane is the outside layer of the cell. Keeps it all in, and it's going to be looking at what can go in and out. We've got the cytoplasm, and we call this as jelly-like substance. We've then got the nucleus, so again that means it's a eukaryote because it's got a nucleus. We've got mitochondria and we've got ribosomes. Please make sure that you can draw and label one of these diagrams because it's something that they do quite like bringing up in your exams. So for the function, the cell membrane will control what goes into and out of the cell. So it's a bit like the security guard. It will say what can and can't go in or out of the cell. The cytoplasm is where chemical reactions happen. So most of the reactions that are going on be going on in that cytoplasm. The nucleus contains the genetic material. The genetic material is DNA. You can name it either, but for the fact book, please just learn that it contains genetic material. Mitochondria, this is where respiration happens. Respiration means that energy is released. So mitochondria is respiration, where we release energy. And then finally we've got the ribosomes, and ribosomes is where proteins are made. So what I would like you to do is just pause this video, give yourself about 10 minutes, make your own revision card or poster for an animal cell. So I'd like to see a diagram, labels and the function of each of these organelles. So now you're back, done your revision thing on animal cells. Let's have a look at plant cells. So for plant cells, some of the same ones as we've just seen in the animal cell. So we've got the cell membrane, we've got the ribosomes, we've got the nucleus, and we've got the mitochondria, and finally the cytoplasm. So exactly the same functions, but we've then got 3 extra ones. The first one is the cell wall. Now just on this, be really mindful. In a plant cell, the cell wall is the outside one. So whichever line or shading is the outside, that will be your cell wall. We've then got chloroplasts and we've got a vacuole. So the function for the organelles is the same on cell membrane, controls what goes in and out. Ribosomes makes proteins. Nucleus contains genetic material. Mitochondria is where respiration happens. Cytoplasm is where the chemical reactions happen. So just to look at the 3 next ones, we've got chloroplasts. They contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment, so that's what gives leaves our green colour. This is where photosynthesis happens. We've then got the cell wall. The cell wall gives support. It supports the cell. So plants don't have a skeleton or anything, so they need this cellulose cell wall to provide support. And then finally, there's a vacuole, and a vacuole contains cell sap. It's a solution, it's got dissolved sugars and things, which helps the plant to survive. So what I'd like you to do is pause this video again and make your own revision card or a poster for a plant cell. Again, you're looking at about 10 minutes, and then when you're ready, come back and we'll have a look at the next activity. Okay, so you've got a diagram of your plant and your animal cell. So now I just want you to have a go at comparing a plant or animal cell. So what I've got here is a Venn diagram, and then on the side we've got some different things. Some of them are organelles, some of them are functions. So what I would like you to do is do a quick pause and place the bits into the right part of the Venn diagram. So if it's only in an animal cell, put it in this one. Both plant and animal, put it in here. And just plant, put it in here. When you've done, if you could unpause the video and come back and check your answers. So here are your answers. We're just going to go through them. So the nucleus is in both plant and animal, as is ribosomes. Chloroplast, just in a plant. Cell wall, just in a plant. Cell membrane is both. Photosynthesis is a plant. Cell sap is a plant. Respiration is both. Vacuole is the plant. And then mitochondria is both. So you can see that actually there aren't any structures that are only found in animal cells. So you have to learn those extra 3 that are found in a plant cell. Now, different diagrams, so giving exactly the same information, but it's just drawn out slightly differently. You might see different diagrams for plant and animal cells. So please make sure that you can recognise those different structures and make sure you know what they do. So what I'd like you to do is just have a look at the diagram. Make sure you can remember what it is. So cell wall, you can read your fact sheet. The cell wall supports the cell. Okay, so the facts that I would like you to learn from this lesson or in your fact book is that animal and plant cells are eukaryotes or eukaryotic, and bacteria are prokaryotes. The parts of an animal cell are nucleus, cytoplasm, cell membrane, ribosomes and mitochondria. The nucleus contains the genetic material. Cytoplasm is where chemical reactions happen. Cell membrane controls what goes into and out of the cell. Ribosomes make proteins, and mitochondria is where respiration happens, energy is released. Plant cells have all of those above parts, as well as vacuole, cell wall and chloroplasts. Vacuole contains cell sap, the cell wall supports the cell, and the chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, and this is where photosynthesis happens. So please make sure that you have learnt those facts before you go on to your next video. We'll be looking at microscopes, but we will also do a quick check to make sure that you know these facts. Okay, I will see you on the next video, guys. Thank you very much.